All right, welcome everybody. This is our team camp preseason meeting. I know it's difficult for a lot of people to attend meetings, throughout the week. We got jobs, we got work, different places. I know a lot of the older boys, they drive themselves to practice, so it's kind of tough to get all the parents in one place. So I feel like this is the easiest way to share this information. You can rewatch it if you missed anything, and it just makes it easier to spread this information. It's a lot easier to watch this rather than read a long email and stuff like that. So first off, a lot of you are returning. Some of you are new. A lot of new players for the 07-08 Champions League team. So I'm going to do a brief introduction. I'm Coach John Crescena. I am the Alabaster Director of Coaching, which is responsible for all the competitive parts of Alabaster. I also work on all the facilities. I'm the facility director, so all the fields, the linings, any maintenance that needs to be done, stuff like that. And then I also run all the camps as well, programming that, staffing, and all that. I currently hold a USSFB license, oops, with United States Soccer. I have started a new role recently with United States Soccer, hence the background. They make us use these in a lot of our meetings. I'm a coach educator for USSF, which essentially just means that I teach courses to other coaches so they can get their licensing and stuff like that. I currently teach the D course, which will be my first one in October. Um, I've been with AFC or BUSA for the past 13 years. It's my 14th season. Typically coach the oldest age groups, typically on the boys side. Currently have the only two teams, 2010 RL boys and then the 07-08 Champions League in Alabaster. So as we get started, I noticed all of you guys are on TeamSnap. I have added the share my screen real quick. I'm just going to look at the Champions League boys. I've added all the training dates, all the game dates that I know of right now. The Champions League schedule has just come out. I'm going to make some adjustments just because of my RL training schedule, or I mean, RL travel schedule and stuff like that. But I will be adding those in hopefully Wednesday of next week, to get all that finalized and stuff like that. For the 2010 boys, practice schedule is in there. There might be some adjustments. I know 5:30 start time for some of you guys is a little bit tough traveling from Atlanta and Auburn and elsewhere. So we may be modifying that start time for training sessions. That is TBD. I got to work with the other guys that we're sharing the field with to see if we can maybe um, make that time adjustment and stuff like that. All the games are in there. We just don't have kickoff times yet. That'll be set here pretty soon, but you can see which weekends we were traveling away, which weekends that we'll be out of town and stuff like that. So uh, make sure you have this in your calendar. Hopefully, we'll have the game times here pretty soon. So all right, so a few expectations for training and games. I talked a lot with the Champions League boys recently about the availability tab um, on TeamSnap. Okay, make sure that you're filling out availability. So I know Fernando's going, but make sure that you're filling these out. I know Cam's going to be there today, but this helps me train or plan the training sessions. It also helps me with, rosters for the weekends. It helps me for, just managing the day-to-day, periodization of the training sessions and all that sort of stuff. So please go in. If your player has it, he can go in and do it. If you're controlling it as a parent, please make sure that you're checking availability all the time because I hate showing up to a training session planning for 18 kids and then 15 show up and I have to modify my sessions, and it's a lot more work on my end. And I want the kids to get the best training sessions possible, and I don't want to have to modify too much when I already have a set plan for the day. So same thing with games, making sure that you're clicking those off. Um, so expectations on that, obviously making sure that you're showing up to training on time. Warm up starts right at 5:30. It starts right at 7. So that means you're running, starting your warm up at 5:30. That does not mean, and I know I've said this a lot to the Champions League boys, but that does not mean you are showing up, putting your boots on at 5:30. That means you are actively warming up at 5:30. So 15 minutes prior to training is kind of getting there a little bit late. And I know things happen. Alabaster trains, there's traffic, you get out of school late. Traveling from Auburn or Atlanta, traffic is crazy. Those I totally understand, but please try to make sure that you're making those training sessions on time. Um, Also, training kits. So when you are showing up to training, make sure it's the AFC Nike gray. I'm okay with white, red, or black Nike shorts. I know a lot of coaches, it's only black for training, but I know washing machines and, dirty clothes and stuff like that, you don't have enough black shorts. That's okay as long as it's Nike. And then same thing with socks. Make sure it's Nike socks, black, white, or red. I'm a-okay with that sort of stuff. So making sure that we're all training in the same gear, we're showing up early, we know that we're checking off the availability and all that sort of stuff. Tournaments, I think we're traveling together. We're all traveling together this weekend to Nike Select Cup. Please make sure you put I know people are coming in from vacation and, there's church retreats and like all that sort of stuff. Please make sure that you're checking off that availability. We'll be doing the Nike Select Cup together. We'll also be doing the Birmingham Bash together. The 2010s, I'll most likely push you guys up to the '09 gold bracket again, just so we can get a little bit better competition. And then at the end of the year, we do have the Gulf States showcase together as well. So those are the three tournaments that we're doing for the year. It saves on team fees because we're traveling together, hotels and all that sort of stuff, carpooling and everything else. Y'all can work with each other on that. So stop sharing my screen. So in other news, so that's the schedule, all that sort of stuff. Um, I will be expecting a baby boy here in October. So um, training and games around the beginning of October area might look a little different because I may be preoccupied with a newborn. I do have coaches in place, Coach Elliott with the Champions League boys, and then some other RL coaches that will be taking over some of the training sessions and games during I hope not the end of September, but the beginning of October to get those games covered and stuff like that. I will try to be as present as possible. But with you guys knowing and kids and stuff like that, you never know what's going to happen. But that is going to be happening sometime in the beginning of October, if not middle of October. So I'll keep you guys posted on that. Um, so it's unfortunate for you guys, but I'm excited. But that schedule may change a little bit when the baby comes. If you do have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Most of you already have my cell phone number, but if you don't, here it is. It is 817 area code 723-4280. Okay. Um, if you missed that, just replay the video. And then my email is Jon at alabamafc.org. So if you do have any questions, if I didn't cover anything that are kind of, um, you know, you need questions answered or something like that, just let me know. If it's about team fees and club fees and all that, I can direct you to the right spot. Our two managers, Bridget and then Ashley, they've done a fantastic job so far. And they've been more than helpful helping everybody out and answering questions and stuff like that. So Thank you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Thanks.